My wife, Jenna, had been distant for weeks. Tonight, she didn't even try to hide it. She walked out of the bedroom in a shimmering gold dress that hugged her body like it was painted on. She didn't dress like that for me. Not anymore. She grabbed her purse, slowly applied lipstick in the hallway mirror, and casually said, "I'm just going out tonight. Don't wait up." No explanation, no warmth, not even a glance. She said it like a queen dismissing a servant. I just watched her, committing the chill in her voice to memory. She thought I'd stay silent like always. She thought I'd keep accepting the late nights, the lies, the sudden girls' nights with no photos. As she reached for the front door handle, she flashed a small, arrogant smile, as if she held all the power. What she didn't know was that I wasn't the same man anymore. She had the door halfway open when I finally spoke. "Jenna." She turned, annoyed. "What?" she snapped, already impatient to leave. I stepped forward, hands in my pockets, calm as a summer morning. "Before you go," I said, "I need to tell you something." She rolled her eyes, ready to brush it off, but her face changed the instant I said, "Don't come back." She blinked, confused at first, then offended. "Excuse me?" I repeated it slowly, clearly, letting every word land. "Don't come back, Jenna. Not tonight. Not ever." Her hand froze on the doorknob, and for the first time in months, she looked unsure. "What the hell are you talking about?" she scoffed, but her voice wasn't steady. She wasn't ready for this. Not for me finally standing up. Not for the consequences waiting for her. "I'm done," I said simply. No anger, no shouting, just truth. "You haven't been my wife for a long time. You've just been passing through." She stiffened, lips parting in shock. "Are you seriously doing this right now over me going out?" she demanded, still thinking she could gaslight her way out. I pulled my phone from my pocket and opened a folder labeled Jenna. Her eyes widened instantly. Photos, screenshots, hotel charges, late-night location pings, weeks of silent proof staring back at her. "You're not going out," I said quietly. "You're going to him, and you've been doing it for months." The color drained from her face so fast it was almost impressive. She stepped forward. "Listen, it's not what you think," she started. But I cut her off gently. "Jenna, I don't think anything." "I know." She reached for me, desperate now. "We can talk about this," she whispered, her voice shaking, suddenly soft. "You're overreacting. Please, let's just sit down." I stepped back. She froze. That single step shattered her confidence more than any words could have. "You had months to sit down and talk," I said. "You chose secrets instead." She tried another angle. Her voice cracking. "It was just emotional. Nothing physical." But she knew I had the screenshots, the late-night selfies, the messages. "I can't wait to feel you again." The receipts said everything. Her shoulders slumped as she realized there was no escape. No lie left. "Please," she whispered like she was begging for air. "Don't do this. Don't end us like this." I looked at her for a long moment before answering. "I'm not ending us. You ended us the moment you chose someone else." She wiped her eyes roughly, mascara smearing. "Okay." She breathed shakily. "Let's fix this. I'll stay home tonight. I'll delete him. I'll block him. I'll do whatever you want." She was pleading now. The same woman who treated me like a placeholder stood there like a frightened child. "It's too late," I said. "I already signed the divorce papers." Her body jerked as if she'd been slapped. "What?" she whispered. I walked past her, opened the small drawer by the entryway, and took out a sealed envelope with her name neatly written on it. "Your copy," I said, placing it in her trembling hand. She stared at it like it might explode. "You can't be serious," she whispered. I was. I had been serious for weeks. "Jenna," I said quietly. "You walked out of this marriage long before I did. I'm just following you." Her knees gave out and she grabbed the wall to keep herself standing. "You can't just end our marriage in one night," she cried. I tilted my head. "Funny how you ended it one night at a time." She shook her head wildly. "No, no, please. I swear I'll change. I'll stop. I'll be better." I cut her off. I wasn't interested in promises born from panic. I told her only actions matter, and her actions had spoken clearly. She scanned the hallway like she was looking for something to save her. Then her eyes landed on my suitcase, packed and waiting by the stairs. Her breath caught. "Where are you going?" she asked. "Somewhere peaceful," I said. "Somewhere honest." She staggered toward the suitcase, gripping the handle like it was the only thing keeping her alive. "Don't do this," she whispered. "I love you." I looked at her, and for the first time I felt absolutely nothing. When I pulled the suitcase from her hands, she broke. This wasn't the fake crying she used during arguments. This was real panic. "I'll tell him it's over," she said frantically. "I'll do it in front of you. Please, just let me fix this." I shook my head. "You weren't sorry when you were leaving the house at midnight," I said. "You're only sorry now because you got caught." Her face twisted as the truth hit harder than any insult. "Please," she whispered again, her voice small, but it didn't reach me. "Not anymore." I opened the door and stepped onto the porch. She followed, helpless, grabbing my arm. "Don't leave, please. I can change. Just give me one more chance." I finally turned back. "You had 1,000 chances," I said softly. "You used them all." I walked down the steps, my suitcase rolling behind me, the cold night air biting my skin. She stood in the doorway, shaking, mascara streaking her face, clutching the divorce envelope like a death sentence. "Please," she screamed. "Don't go. We can fix this." I didn't turn around, not once. At the end of the driveway, I paused just long enough to say one last thing. "You were just going out tonight. Now you're just out of my life." Behind me, something broke. A sob, maybe a glass, maybe her pride. I didn't care. I got into my car, started the engine, and drove away. No guilt, no hesitation, no regret. For the first time in months, maybe years, I felt free. Her smile was gone. Her plans were ruined. Our marriage ended in the driveway that night. But let's rewind a bit, to how it all started. Jenna and I had been married for 8 years. We met in college, fell in love over late-night study sessions and cheap pizza. Back then, she was full of life, always laughing, always making plans for our future. We built a home together, a cozy house in the suburbs, with a backyard garden she loved tending. I worked as an accountant, steady and reliable, while she pursued her passion in graphic design. We had dreams, kids someday, trips to Europe, growing old together. But somewhere along the way, things shifted. It was subtle at first. Longer hours at work, she said. Then the phone call she took in another room. The perfume that wasn't her usual scent. I noticed, but I didn't want to believe it. I loved her too much to accuse her without proof. Weeks turned into months of doubt. I started paying attention. The credit card bills with unfamiliar charges, dinners, hotels, her phone lighting up at odd hours. One night, I couldn't sleep and checked her messages. That's when I saw it, texts from a number saved as work colleague. But the words were anything but professional. "Miss you already. Last night was amazing." My heart sank. I didn't confront her then. Instead, I gathered evidence quietly. Screenshots, photos of her car parked at strange addresses, even hired a private investigator for a few days. It all pointed to one thing: she was seeing someone else. A guy from her office, married too, from what I could tell. It hurt like hell, but it also woke me up. I wasn't going to beg or fight. I was going to end it on my terms. So, I saw a lawyer. Signed the papers. Packed my things. And waited for the right moment. That night in the gold dress was it. She looked stunning, but it wasn't for me. It was her armor, her way of feeling powerful while betraying everything we had. As I drove away, the streetlights blurred through the windshield. I thought about the good times, the beach vacations, the lazy Sundays. But they felt distant now, overshadowed by the lies. Freedom tasted bittersweet, but it was real. In the days that followed, Jenna called endlessly. Voicemails pleading, texts promising change. I didn't respond. The divorce went through smoothly, she didn't fight it much after the initial shock. Last I heard, she moved in with friends, trying to rebuild. As for me, I found that peaceful place, a small apartment by the lake. I started running again, reading books I'd forgotten about, even dating casually. Life moved on. The lesson? Trust your gut. And when it's time to walk away, do it with your head high. Our story ended, but mine was just beginning.